welcome the beautiful and pregnant Kelly Rowland. Hello.
Oh, it's so good to see your beautiful face. I'm thankful for you too, and all the Tam fam for sure.
That's amazing. I see you rocking your mom chain. The last
Yeah.
time you were on the show, we were in studio behind the scenes. I'm going to take y'all behind the scenes. We talked about baby number 2, and you said, I don't think I can do it. My bond with Titan is so real. I don't think he could handle number 2. Now you're 7 months pregnant. How are you feeling?
That's so funny. Yes, now I'm pregnant with baby number 2 at 7 months. Um, I do feel very grateful. I feel very grateful. You know, we've had a really crazy year this year, a very intense year, and it was so funny because somebody said, I feel like this was like, God's way of showing you like life still happens.
Yeah.
To, of course, be grateful. And I am very grateful. But yeah, like literally baby's moving right now. Like I don't know what else to do. There's no more space. I don't know what I'm supposed to do at this point.
Listen, how does it feel with number 2? Like this time with Titan at 7 months, how were you feeling versus baby number 2 at 7 months?
It definitely feels like 6 years later. I'll say that. My body's just it's different. You know what I mean? I feel good, but it's definitely different. But that little guy right there, my Titan, he's the most hype. This is his baby.
How did you break the news to him? And I say break the news because as you told me, he had a lock on mama's love. How did you
Yes.
tell him?
His father and I told him, we pulled him to the side and told him that he was going to be a big brother, and he just lost his mind. He literally like jumped up and down and said, when? I'm so ready. Like every day asked me, when does the baby get here? When does the baby get here? And I'm ready for the baby to get here.
I love it. You know, it's interesting because look, the timing, you will be delivering during this age of COVID. Have you
Yeah.
strategized a plan with your team? What are you doing to make sure obviously that you're safe and everything goes as planned?
It's gonna be, I think, myself, my husband, and my doula. And because they're finally letting them back in, I hope that still carries when it's time to deliver. But I want to go in, have the baby, be okay, go back home. I'm just trying to get right back home because
Right.
somebody asked me did I want to have a natural birth. I just looked at them and was like, I'm not there yet. So I just want to get myself, to where I'm okay and just get home so
Yeah.
I can just finish our bond and everything up at home.
I
Yeah, for
love
sure.
that. You know, it's so funny. I was thinking when I was looking at pictures of you from the early years, and I'm sure you've heard this joke before, Destiny's Child has children because between you and Beyoncé, can you believe you have 5 kids between
Oh
when
my,
you have the baby? This will be 5 children between you and Beyoncé, these 2 kids who met sisters by
yeah.
all definitions of that. When you told her you were expecting, what did she say?
Oh, she was just happy, super happy, and excited. When I told Tina, when I
Yeah.
told La, when I told all of my circle of incredible women, they were just supportive and excited and call me every day. And then specifically making sure that I'm not doing too much because that's usually what they will call
Yes.
me. Like, yo, you doing this and this and this. Why are you up? Or why are you doing this? Or why are you pulling this down? Or that kind of thing.
I've got to talk to you. You know, this album, we were discussing it again when you were here the last time, and now it's here, the first single, Coffee, which is about making love in the morning, which is why we got here, or not me, but you and Tim got here in the first place. Tell me why that one as the first single from this highly anticipated album.
Well, you know what? It was really just having that record out. It's not necessarily the first single. I didn't want to like think about records in like in terms of like singles and stuff like that, as much as it was just like an expression of just where I am and what I was thinking. And I just had this moment where I just wanted to celebrate brown and black beauty.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just making sure that we felt seen and we felt heard and just celebrating our melanin in the most beautiful way.
This album is so deeply personal because it is about how you see yourself and what others see in you. Your
Mhm,
mother passed away. It's been 6 years now. And
mhm.
I know that you've mentioned in interviews that so much of your relationship with her is a part of this album. What do you mean by that?
There's a song that's really a part of that's a part of this record that really means a lot to me, but it's definitely dedicated to my mother because it's just about giving people their love while they're here on this earth and not taking advantage of time. I think if COVID has taught us anything, it's not taking advantage of time and people. And there's a song on the record called Flowers, and it says that I'm gonna basically give you your flowers and all of your love while I can see you, while I can touch you, while I can feel you, and while you can hear what my heart is trying to express.
You learn to understand, I guess, some of what your mom's decisions were. Particularly, you mentioned how she would give the last to other people, but you felt
Yeah,
sometimes you were overlooked by her. That's
yeah.
that's a lot more, Kelly, than I've ever heard you really say about your relationship with your mom.
Yeah, you know, it's so crazy because my mom and I had the most tumultuous relationship. And now when I'm able to look back at some of her decisions that she made, the things that she did, I realize that we're all a product of our environment. You know what I mean? And it's our choice to be positive.
Mm.
That if we don't like the way maybe this scenario went, or don't like the way this personality or characteristic is, we have the ability to change it.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to do things different. But she taught me so much in her space, in her stage as a mother. And I'm so grateful to her for that, and grateful to her for her sacrifices. You know what I mean? You become a mother and you see why you do or say certain things, you know what I mean? And some of it is hard to process and understand, but you grow to understand it, and
Yeah.
I get it now.
And what a beautiful opportunity to have your gift, your talent to express that relationship because, mother-daughter relationships are complicated and being able to
Yeah,
unpack them as we are now moms ourselves, it's a lot. And I can see it in your face. I mean,
yes.
especially knowing that she's not here.
Yes, yes. I mean, the holidays are always a really tough time, especially like the top of December, because like that's when everything started to happen.
Yeah.
So I always make it not a thing, but I always make it a point to like talk about her with my son, because I know that if I'm feeling it, he can probably feel some of that on me. So I talk about her and tell him like some of my most favorite memories of her, so that her spirit, never dies, not in this house.
Congratulations. I didn't realize this was the first film that Lifetime has doubled down, if you will, on a sequel here. That's special. What do you think was the secret sauce the first time that got the sequel here?
You know what? I think that there was representation. It was a full Black cast. We had a full Black director. I was very adamant about that, especially, of course, like executive producing this film and having a really good time. Like it was awesome hearing from the actors, specifically who are in Canada, because we filmed this in Canada. They were like, "This is the first Black set I've ever been on,"
Wow.
where that cast, yeah. So to have that kind of feedback and to feel seen. When I was looking over all the my social media last year, it was interesting watching so many people say, "Oh my gosh, I love this family. Like they make me feel so belonged or together." Or my family does this, like the Littles. Like it was all of that, and I'm so grateful that so many people tuned in, and that's really what happened. So
I
many
love
people.
it.
I'm
It's just
so
beautiful, and I think we're all in the mood. By the way, this poster for the film, you look like a princess that could save the whole world.